You have more opportunity right inside your business than you ever imagined. And I'm going to teach you how to uncover it with an annual business audit that we run in our businesses that amplifies our ability to grow with less overhead, less people, and more profits. This is the annual business audit that you can run in your business that will explode your numbers this year. I started doing this with Jeff, the integrator of our business, a couple of years ago. We would go offsite and we do a full annual business audit in this method that I created that I call the 3 Ps. Now, the first thing to know about this is meant to be a creative thinking exercise. This is not supposed to be super logical and rational. I'm going to challenge you to think outside the box and really go into what I call yes and thinking. And what that means is you're going to come up with some ideas. The person you're with is going to come up with some ideas that is going to trigger the idea of, yeah, but we can't add that time. Yeah, but they have another job, so they can't take on more hours. The challenge here is to challenge yourself with yes and thinking, okay? And the more you do that, the bigger you can create and get creative thoughts swirling around, the more you can come up with stuff that you never would have thought of before. It's unleashing the chains of constraints and allowing you to think far bigger than you ever have. A lot of people have asked me like how I come up with so many ideas or have all these creative things that we do at the gym. This is the skill. Thinking more from a state of yes and not, putting constraints on myself. Because when you do that, the ideas get much bigger and you can find a much higher ceiling for what is possible. All right. So this is the 3P business audit that you're going to run to see the opportunity that exists in your business right now. So I would recommend you go offsite to do this, right? Environment is really important. You're going to go to an offsite office space or a place with a whiteboard or just somewhere that you and a key critical member of your leadership team can spend at least 3 to 4 hours. It may not take that long depending on the size of your business, but you want to give yourself that much of a runway. So let's talk about the 3 Ps. So the first P are the people in your business. Now, if you go to littlejimbighart.com, I'll give you a tool that this is just a template that you can use, but a whiteboard is probably the best thing to use. What you're going to do is you're going to create a column with all of the staff members in your business. So we have 7 trainers in my business, in my one gym. We have a few admin, we have a marketing person, a salesperson. I'm going to write all of their names in a column vertically. On the top, I'm going to write 3 columns. So the first column that you're going to analyze is the individual employee's time capacity. And you're going to do this in a scale of 0 to 100%. And 100% is the total amount of time that is reasonable for them to give you for your business. So I'm going to use 2 just generic, 1 part-time, 1 full-time employee. So let's say you've got a part-time employee that coaches 10 hours a week and they have a full-time job outside of here that maybe they have some free time outside of that, right? Their time capacity would be measured based on, if they had more time, would they be willing to give you more time for the business? So every individual is going to have different percentages of time capacity, but you just want to write it down. If your part-time employee, is willing to give you more time, maybe they're at an 80% of their total time capacity for the business. Given the right opportunity, given more hours, given more things to do, they would do more for you before hitting their time ceiling. And then maybe you've got a full-time employee that is like working over 50 hours a week. They're just crushing it for you. They physically they have no other time to give you. They would be at 100%. It's not about what you want them to do. It's about the data. So for every employee, you're going to mark the time that they are giving your business that they could potentially allocate to it. All right. So the next column is capability. So this is a little bit more nuanced. This is current skill, knowledge, and capabilities, and potential skill, knowledge, and capabilities. So again, let's say you've got a full-time employee that is currently maxed out on hours. He coaches 30 hours a week, does admin stuff. his time capacity is maxed out, but he has the potential. He's really sharp. Maybe he can get certified in fascial stretch therapy or get a precision nutrition, and he could roll new knowledge into another, revenue stream for your business. So you want to measure how much mental capacity and potential does this person still have, or are they giving you everything that you got? So on the opposite side of that is maybe you've got a coach that, isn't the sharpest tool in the shed, and they're kind of just a coach that's super reliable. They're rock solid on the floor, but they don't really have the ability or the desire to pursue new skills and knowledge, and they're just happy with the status quo, right? You would want to measure, again, the percentage of the total capacity of that individual. If you know somebody has more potential, they might be at a 60% total capacity, all right? If you know somebody is like, they're maxed out just coaching clients, they don't really have a lot of juice left to squeeze in their skill set and knowledge level, they're going to be at 100%, maybe 95, because I believe in potential. But you want to measure the capacity, and that measures their knowledge, skill, and ability to grow. And the last one is their network, all right? So are they tied in? Do they have a massive social media following? Are they posting on their social media? So this one typically has the most juice to squeeze out of. Very few gyms have their coaches like posting on a regular basis and promoting the gym for them, but that's a huge opportunity to grow your business using your people. So, we have one employee that is really tied in with the multi-level marketing community. She's got a massive following where she sells isogenics. Hit up Jen Smith if you're looking for anything like that, because she's a great provider. But she's got this massive network that we aren't tapping into at all. So I could say that based on her network, we're using about 30-40% of it. And again, we're not doing this anything other than to just put these things in an objective fashion on paper and say, wow, if we want to grow, maybe we could utilize Jen to share more to her community about the gym and utilize her network more. These are just assets that are right in front of our eyes that if we don't do this audit, we would never see, right? And then again, maybe we have employees that come or are not originally from our area, that they don't have any friends or family or networks here. They're a full-time coach. Their life is spent pretty much in the gym and maybe with their significant other, but all their friends are from the gym. So we've maxed 100% of their network. So that's the other side, is maybe they don't have a network that you can tap or ask them to post or reach out to. All right. So the whole purpose of the people section is to identify what capacity or what opportunity exists in your current employees' time. Can they take on more hours? Can they take on admin tasks? Can you give them more opportunity to delegate? Do they have more capacity? Are they smart enough to do nutrition coaching? Could they sell supplements? Could they do higher level services like fascial stretch therapy or different manual therapies? Or do they have a network that we're just not tapping into by asking them to share or promote the gym? So that's covering your P's. So you want to go through every employee with those three columns. Now we go to place. The second P is place. Now, place is going to be your physical real estate. It's also going to be your digital real estate. So what real estate can you categorize that you could be doing more, better, or new things with? So I'll give you mine. So our real estate is we have our gym, our main floor in the gym. We have our side room A and side room B. We essentially have 3 rooms in the gym that we can train clients in. So I would run through, can we do more in the main floor? The answer is yes. So we could add a session at 7:30 in the morning. We could add a session at 7:30 p.m., right? So you would want to brain dump in a perfect world. And again, this is using creative yes and thinking. You could want to think all of the ways that you could utilize 100% of the opportunity in that room, right? You could build a second story on the building. You could dig underneath and create a parking garage under the gym and expand the gym. Again, creative thinking that is so big that it's ridiculous, but you don't want to put constraints on those ideas. So you want to do brain dumps for each area of the business and think, how could you do more? How could you do better? And what could you do new? So for example, my main floor, more class times, more people per class. Those are opportunities that maybe we could consider. Better is better training sessions, better group workouts, better lighting, better sound systems, better coaching. These are things that we could maybe audit to be better. And the last thing is new equipment, new training styles, new approach to fitness, whatever. The idea is that you don't judge your ideas. The whole concept of this is that you just think creatively about what could be possible. And you would want to do that in all areas of your business. And then you have things like your email list, right? That's digital real estate. You have your social media channels. You have your current Facebook group. This is digital real estate that you own, that you could be doing things more, better, and new with. All right. So you're going to want to make a list of all of the real estate and the places that involve your business that you own. And you want to run an audit of what you can do more, what you can do better, and what you can do that is new. Okay. And that's why this is a bulkier part of this audit, because it requires a good amount of ideas and time thinking about each one of those. But once you have that, you can start to identify what's ridiculous, what's unrealistic, and what could actually be done. So the last thing here is process. And these are the processes that could be done simpler and better. So you want to outline the key processes in your business. So again, I'll give you mine. I'll also share a template. If you go to littlejimBigHeart.com, you can download this template in the toolkit. The first thing is our lead generation process, or our marketing process, our lead nurturing process, our sales process, our onboarding process, our client retention process, our training process, our termination process, our reactivation process. These are kind of the key processes in our business that we could either make simpler or better. So for example, our lead generation process, if there's multiple people like overlapping on duties, managing our lead pipeline, how can we make that simpler? We hire one salesperson that handles all aspects of lead nurturing. That's a way to simplify that process. How do we simplify terminations? Maybe they, instead of emailing or calling or stopping a trainer in sessions, maybe you create a form that they fill out that will process their termination automatically, right? And how do you make it better? Is maybe the terminations have automatic built-in, reversals, or you tap into AI systems that, will reverse terminations or come up with offers to get them to stay at the gym, right? So this is how you're going to audit the processes in your business. The keys for improving processes are make them simpler, reduce friction, make them less confusing. So that falls under simpler, and make them better, faster, more efficient, produce better results. But if you run your business once a year through this audit, and I recommend you do it once a year because it's enough time to have new staff roles, new people in your business, that it just helps to take that bird's eye view to analyze your people, your places, and your processes and see what opportunity exists if you take the time to think creatively with that yes and mindset and get more out of your current business.